How to heal from a breakup. Here are my 10 tips on how to heal from a breakup. Number one, feel your feelings. Most likely, if you're going through a really big breakup, you're going to go through the grieving stages. The grieving stages being anger, denial, like, I can't believe I'm here. Is this really happening? Bargaining, trying to figure out ways that you can make it work. How can I make this work? If I just do this, you're bargaining with that person or bargaining with the relationship. Depression, just feeling sad and mopey, not wanting to do anything, having loss of energy, possible loss of appetite or more appetite, just going through just the sadness of it all. And then acceptance, accepting the fact that something has ended here and a new season is beginning. So you may experience some of those grieving stages, and I can't say they're going to happen in order, but you may not experience them. But if you are, just be patient with yourself. Be kind. Feel those feelings, okay? Don't try to sweep them under the rug. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Because what's going to happen is it's going to bubble up, and they can potentially show up in your next relationship without you getting a hold of them. So I do say, give yourself space and time to heal, okay? You need that right now. You need that space to feel the feelings. When we don't feel the feelings and we try to suppress them, then we express them in ways that feel uncontrollable. Number two, this is your season to build you, whatever that may look like. If it's things you want to go after that you haven't gone after before, or things you didn't have time for, you want to do more reading, or I want to do more hiking, I want to do more exploring, I want to do more traveling, I want to do journaling, writing, whatever that is. I want to do more working out. I want to actually get on this nutrition plan. I want to be a herbalist. Whatever that is for you, I want you to make time for it. Make time to build you. Use affirmations, use journaling if those things work for you. Affirmations, I always say you can't go wrong with affirmations. But sometimes in certain seasons, they don't seep in. Like, we can't feel it in that moment, and that's okay. But this is the season to really build you. And by building you, you have to protect your space. Protect what you're watching. Protect who's feeding into you. If everybody's feeding into you is bitter, sad, angry, mad, those are not your people. Not for this season, okay? Because they're going to hype you up into what they already have going on, which is, I'm bitter, I'm angry, nobody can get anything right, relationships are useless, no one makes it in relationships. And it's not their fault, it's just their experiences. So they decided to subscribe to that message that everybody must be like that or everything must be like that. And that may not be true for you. So don't claim other people's truths for your own life. I feel like that was another point in itself. So just add that to the list. Okay. Whatever number we're on, add that. So I feel like that was 2 and 3. Okay. 2 and 3 right there. So now we're going to go to point number 4. Sometimes we have to look at, what did we learn from this relationship? What did we learn about ourselves? What did we learn about what do we need in a relationship? Not what do we like. There's a difference between the things that you like, and there's a difference between the things that you need. You absolutely need. What boundaries do you need to keep in your next relationship, or even to yourself? Knowing those things clearly instead of just responding in different cycles or negative patterns, right? It's really important. What did you learn? Sometimes we can get stuck in the, I should have done this. What if I do this one more thing? Or I can do this. Or man, we're replaying things over. I should have. If you catch yourself saying, I should have, you're only hurting yourself if you stay there. Okay. If you stay at the I should haves, they aren't serving you. They're just deteriorating your confidence, which is going to make it so much harder for you to heal when not only are you going through a breakup and you're grieving, now you're beating yourself up, right? So that's what we don't want in this time. If you catch your mind going into the negatives, I should haves, I want you to transition. Okay. If you say I should have, but what did I learn? I learned this about myself. I learned this about my needs. I learned this about my boundaries, and write those things down, because you may not remember them come the next relationship, because we like to fall into our habits sometimes, right? So write the things down. What did you learn? What did you learn from this experience? Sometimes we will feel like this was a waste of my time. I don't think any relationship is wasted. And I may think something different 10 years from now. But right now, I feel like there's always something to learn about yourself or somebody else. So therefore, it's not wasted. Number 5, make your bubble bigger. A lot of times when we focus in and this was our world, this person was our world, or we had this bubble and a way of doing things, No, this is the time to expand the bubble. So get involved with different communities, different organizations, professional networking events, hanging out with friends you haven't talked to for a long time, but also knowing who your core inner circle is and people that can support you in this season. Not everybody in your inner circle can support you in this season, but there are a few people, hopefully, that can support you in this season. If you do not have someone that can support you in this season, I want you to look out for a therapist that focuses on relationships or a relationship coach. If you feel like you need clinical help, something mental health related, that's where you reach out to a therapist. If you feel like you need guidance and someone just to walk you through, that's where you reach out to a relationship coach. So know the difference. But I do want to let you know that there is help and people that professionally do this on a regular basis. Okay. They help people walk through these seasons in their lives. So a lot of times when we go through breakups, we feel like I have to heal on my own. I have to figure this all out. No one's there to help me. No, there are people there to help you in your specific situation for your specific needs. Okay. And sometimes we need that support, especially when we're feeling sad and we're feeling like this was everything for me. This was everything I envisioned. This was all my plans. And now my plans have been hijacked from me. Okay. So I would encourage you to reach out for support. So I'm going to add that to another tip. I kind of lost the numbers here because more tips are coming up as I'm flowing. So just flow with me on this. And I love that. So let's say we're at like 6, possibly 7, somewhere in there. Okay. Get rid of the desperate mindset of this is the only person that knew how to make me happy. This is the only person that knew how to do whatever, fill in the blank, right? This is the only person that got me. I will never find this. If you think of the onlys and the nevers or always, watch out for those words, okay? I will never find someone like this. I will never, yes, you're right. You won't find that exact person again. You will not. But you can recognize, what did I like that I felt like I needed in that relationship that's healthy for me? Not the unhealthy things. What were the things that were healthy for me? What were the things that were pushing me to grow, taking me out of my comfort zone, where I felt like we were growing together, not just living together or not just growing apart? What were the things that really just made you feel great versus the things that felt like they were diminishing? So get out of the desperate mindset. This was my person, all of that. That's desperation speaking. That's what helps with making the bubble bigger. There's so many people out there. And yes, you may be an introvert. That doesn't mean you can't meet amazing people. It doesn't mean that. And yes, you may be an extrovert and you've met so many people or you're used to talking to people, but you feel like no one truly knows you on the inside and knows you for you. Yes, you know a lot of people, but no one actually knows you. You can still find your person. But healing does have to happen too alongside this, so we don't block off people that may be our people. So we can recognize those people when they come. Because we don't want to just take anybody that comes because they're here. Oh, this person's here. This person's showing me attention. Now I want this person. That's another thing in the desperate mindset. We don't want any of that. Or I can easily go back to my ex, because this goes into another point, cycling back to the ex. Try not to cycle back to the ex if you can help it. If it was a breakup and it was done, let it be done until something tells you it's time to open this back up and it's healthy for the both of us. That happens. And that's totally fine. But know the difference between I'm stalking their Facebook, Instagram, whatever pages, and I'm seeing their stories. Why do they have 2 glasses? And I just see them, who's sitting next to them. You know the spiral I'm talking about. When it gets into that gets unhealthy. So look out for those moments. Do not cycle back to stalking the ex or wanting to know their every move, okay? That's not healthy, because what you focus on is going to grow. You focus your intention on that person, and right now you don't have that person, you're not with that person, it's only going to hurt you. So you're setting yourself up to be hurt. That's all it is. Don't set yourself up to be hurt. That's where you have to protect your space. Are you setting yourself up to be hurt? Just because you may feel a certain way doesn't mean you have to act out your feelings. Let me say that again. You may feel angry. That doesn't mean you have to act out of anger. You may feel sad. That doesn't mean, woe is me. Let me just keep watching, keep beating myself up. What are they doing next? Wow, they're having so much fun. Ooh, is their girlfriend prettier than me? Oh, is this ex, da 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 da? All the things. Don't beat yourself up in that way. Focus in on you. And I know that's easier said than done, but I promise it's so rewarding. This is another point. You have to be real with yourself and say, Do I truly want to heal right now? Am I ready to heal? Because that's the thing. Some people aren't ready to heal. And so you have to be real with yourself. Am I ready to heal? And take those steps forward. If you're not ready, that's fine. Don't beat yourself up. You're not ready. Don't waste your time. But if you feel like I'm ready to start healing from this, take the steps. Number 8, don't believe the hype. Sometimes we can believe the hype of what could have been, or the hype of the person. This person was so amazing and they did all the things, and we're believing the potential or wanting the potential, or we're just wanting love. But when we really look at face value of that person, it may not be that person at that stage, how they were, how they treated us, that we truly want. We may want the idea of the relationship versus the actual person. So pay attention. Don't believe the hype. Okay. And that person may have been an amazing person, but it seems like right now, this is not the time. So being able to accept that you only want your person. You don't want to be focused on someone else and possibly miss other opportunities if that's not your person. Another thing, celebrate the small wins. We'll say this is point number 9 or 10. Okay. I was throwing in points and then I was flowing and then just filling all of the things, but celebrate the wins, the small wins, whatever that may be for you. That's going to look different for every person, right? It may be, I didn't cry 8 times today. I cried 7. It may be, you know what? I didn't look at their social media 15 times today. I looked 10. Celebrate those small wins. Whatever that may be for you, it's very personal. But recognize that you may have some habits and some patterns here that aren't serving you, and celebrate as you're minimizing them, as you're closing the gap on them, as you're healing. Another thing, number 10 here, be patient with yourself. Sometimes as we're going through this, we just want it to be over. I just want to heal. I want to be over this person. And we don't have that self-compassion for ourselves. You're going through a grieving process. You're going through something where it's ending. So you have to have some compassion and be patient in your healing, okay? You may have moments where you feel like, I've taken 5 steps forward and now I'm taking steps back. So I'm stepping backwards. No. As long as you're choosing yourself, choosing to heal, choosing to learn, you're moving forward. And everyone's pace is different. You don't have to look to the left and the right. But do protect your space while you're in this space. Sometimes that looks like a little bit of isolation. I don't mean complete isolation. Sometimes that looks like I need just to silence the noise. I need to get off of social media. I need to just be with myself for a moment. I need to recalibrate. You're in this incubator stage. Not everyone can be with you in the incubator stage. And the faster you realize who shouldn't be there, man, it's going to be so helpful, because you don't want someone speaking on your situation that's going to make your situation 10 times worse. So those are my top tips for now for how to heal after a breakup. Hopefully that helped you. And before you go, a lot of y'all are watching and not subscribing, okay? So help your girl out. If you like this content, if you want more content like this, please subscribe to this channel, leave some comments below. Do you have anything you would have added to this list? I would love to hear it. I love this stuff. And I feel like it's so important, because a lot of times we feel like no one gets it. No one understands it, or I have to figure this all out by myself while showing up for work, or showing up for my kids, or showing up for my friends, and doing all the things and taking care of myself. If you have anything extra to add it below. We want to hear from you. This is not just me talking. I want to hear from you. So please remember, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and I will see you in the next video. If you know someone that could benefit from this show, please share it with them. If you got something from this show that you liked and would like to see more content like this, please subscribe, like, and comment below. We definitely want to hear from you.